All right, guys, check this out. I got a old timer knife. I just picked it up at a pawn shop today for about 10 bucks. I was able to talk them down a little bit. Literally just picked this up, and what we're gonna do is a little bit of restoration on it, and I'm gonna sharpen it. So it's very dull now, but this is gonna make it's a Schrade old timer. This is gonna make a nice knife. So I'm gonna show you a couple things that I do, and you'll see. So like even with this sheath, we'll try to clean this up a little bit. Anytime you see these little frays like that, this is just a lighter. Go around, and you can do this with leather too. Highly recommend. Just go around and take care of all those little frays. That'll make everything last a little bit longer. You don't want to do this too long, otherwise, depending on the material, it could start the whole thing on fire. But anywhere there's little frays, just go around. You can see like that little fray right there. It takes care of it. That'll make it good for a long time. So I just go around, fix it up a little bit, and voila, a lot better. Now the knife. So I got this other stuff. This is pure citrus orange from Home Depot, and you can get it online too, but it's pure citrus. It's unbelievable stuff, this specific kind. But it can do two things. It can totally clean this blade, and then it's really good at getting adhesives or stickers off. So what I do is you just spray a little bit of this. Just spray a little bit of it all around the sticker. Let it soak in. Just let it soak in for a little bit, and then peel. And then once you get a little bit like that, you can even spray a little bit more. There we go. It comes right off. So that's kind of nice. I like that stuff. And what I'm gonna do here, I'll show you. I'm gonna take the whole blade. I'm gonna spray this whole thing and just try to clean it a little bit. It does have a little bit of rust spots, as you can see. Not gonna be able to get everything out. This is just a cleaner. I got some other stuff that's, I'll give you an up close look. Clean that off really good. Got some other stuff that's not too bad either for polishing. This stuff is, you can either do this after you're done, or you can do it now, but you just take a little bit of this, get a few clean rags, just do a little dab on each side like that. Put the cap back on. Take your rag, just work it in. You can see I'm already getting quite a bit. Go to the other side. Gonna have to do that a few different times. Whew, that stuff is stinky. But this type of polish works really good. I've really been happy with how that helps with rust. It just really shines that up. And you gotta remember, be very careful on any knife you're doing like this, because you can easily cut yourself. So you just gotta be really careful. Get a fresh one. And now the knife is a lot better. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better. And now we're ready to test the sharpness. So I got my trusty Bess sharpener tester here. show you how this works if you haven't seen it. You just take one of these little clips like that, put it in here, turn the unit on, and we'll tear it. And we're gonna see how sharp this is. I don't even know. I don't think this is gonna be very sharp at all. 1217. And in case you're wondering what that means, it means it's very, 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 very dull. In fact, I'll get the chart and I'll show you. So this is the actual chart, and you can see on the very top it goes up to 2000. So bent edge, severely rolled is where we're at. I'll zoom in on here. So severely rolled. Yeah, I would say so too. So we're gonna see if we can get that. I'm gonna shoot for somewhere down there by the double edge razor, or utility razor. That's gonna be our goal today, guys. This concludes the first section, and we'll head on to part 2 here. Thanks. All right, guys, we are starting out. This is kind of hard to see, but I'm zoomed in on the edge right now. And I'm starting on the wicked edge with 100 grit. And what we're gonna do is I put a marker line. I wanna keep this at about 18. And I don't think I'm quite there. So I'm gonna just check 15, 16, 17, 18 on this side. So let's just see where this lines up when I do an initial pass here. I think so. I like that, the way that's looking better. You can see a little bit better on that. So I'm starting off with 100 grit, and I'm just gonna do that on each side. So I do a few passes on each side, and then I come back and I just do it. So I go just this way, and I only go out. So when I get to the edge, I wanna be really careful that I don't put a lot of pressure on that edge. So I'm really careful just to go straight kind of off, or even end. I'm gonna see how that looks. That's not exactly where I want it here. Hang on. I gotta adjust this one a little bit. We'll do right about 17. We'll do 17 on this side too. I'm gonna just double check with the marker, just to see. This one does need to go probably a little bit more. Just double checking to make sure that that looks the way I want it. So when you're on these lower grits, you gotta just keep going until you get it exactly right. Gotta take material off until it's exactly right. You can alternate like this. This side needs a lot more just to even get to where it needs to be. You can go like that too. Some people don't like that, but that helps take off material, and I have to do that on that side. A lot better. Gotta be careful when you're doing that. kind of see that it's getting a lot better. This side near the tip is still bad though. Sometimes the tip is the hardest spot. I'm gonna just turn these around just to work the other side now. And I'm gonna start alternating a little bit more. Alright, that's the end of stage one. I'll let you take a look at that. Hopefully that looks pretty good. Check it out. The actual shaping and the original grind is perfect. All right, guys, we are now moving on to 200 grit. So now that the initial edge shaping has been completed, we are moving on to 200 grit. I always take a fresh cloth and just wipe it really carefully to get the 100 grit off of there. Excuse me, sorry about that. And now we'll do 200. 200 is a little easier, won't take as long. Just do a couple passes just to get the feel on each side. Just gonna go a little bit more. All right, guys, that's the end of stage 2. We just completed using 200 grit, and you can get a look at the edge and see what that grit pattern looks like. All right, guys, we're looking at the next sequence, which is 400 grit. So again, I'm just gonna start, always tighten your knobs on the bottom just to make sure you're at the same level. Just go real soft just to get that feel. That's 400. I'll do about 25 strokes of the 400. You can get a sense for what that looks like on there. Should look a little bit more refined. I'm gonna move over to 600. Sometimes I test with my thumbnail. If it catches, you know it's pretty sharp. If it's not catching, then you need to keep working on that a little bit. All right, we're moving on to 600. about 50 strokes on each side. You can go longer. We're moving on to 800 and 1000. So I know this might get out of focus. If it does, sorry about that, but I'm doing the very best I can with the cameras and it's really hard. So this is 800. This is gonna start that mirror. I like to work up and down a little bit and just go once across or twice across the tip. Do that a couple times on each side, and then you can start the progression. Okay, that's what the scratch pattern looks like after 800 grit. So that's after 800 grit. All right, we're gonna move on to 1000. If it blurs out, I'll refocus. Sorry about that ahead of time. 1000 should refine it even more. Just gonna make sure these are tight. Starting to get a lot better. Again, this is 1000. I'm gonna go just a hair more. I'm gonna actually take a clean cloth and just wipe my 1000 just in case there's any residue. And of course, after you're done, you want to clean these, but all right, we're done with 1000, and you can tell it is getting a little bit more mirrored, so that's great. All right, we're gonna move on to the next stage. All right, guys, we're on to 1500. So these are all diamonds so far. Every single thing I've been using has been diamonds. This is 1500 grit. So we're just gonna keep the progression going. You can tell the sound that it makes is a lot smoother. Looks like it's showing up pretty good. Just cleaning these really quick. Do it a little bit more. That wraps up 1500. So now we're going to move to the next stage. All right, guys, we're on the next stage, 2200. So I got 2200 diamonds, and I'm just gonna touch one side a little. Do the same thing on the other. Now I'm gonna start the sequence. Just really carefully, not to screw this up. Can you see how that's getting to be a little bit more of a mirror finish now? 2200 I think starts to put that on. I got to work a little bit more on the tip. It's hard to see from this angle, but I'm going to just focus a little bit on that tip. You don't want to do too much on one side, otherwise you'll screw it all up. And then you can flip these around just to get the other side of them too. That helps break in the stone accurately. Pretty good. Now I'm going to move on to 3000. Starting to become a lot more polished. that is about good for 3000. As you can see, it's quite a bit more mirrored. Now we're going to move on to the next stage. Guys, now we're on to diamond lapping films, and I'm starting with 6 micron. You only go away on these like that. This will start to really put the mirror on. It's already looking a lot better. Get a clean rag and keep wiping this really carefully, because you'll cut the shit out of you if you don't. That's the end of 6 micron. Now we're going to go to 3 micron, which is just on the other side. I got 3 micron lapping films on this side. I'm going to wipe it one more time with another clean rag. A lot better. Now I'm going to move on to the next stage. So we're done with 3 micron. Guys, this is one of the last stages. We are now on to 1 micron diamond lapping films. And you just keep with this sequence. Just keep going away from the edge, and this puts the nicest looking mirror on it. And it'll only work if you did the earlier stages perfect. How does that look? Quite a bit better. Okay, I'm going to use a rag. I'm going to just clean it. Now moving on to the very last stage. This is a half micron. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna pause, readjust, and I'll show you what this looks like. We'll test the sharpness now. All right, guys, this is the knife. I haven't tested the sharpness yet. You can see the edge is pretty much completely mirror finish. It's really, really sharp. We are now going to go back to that best Tesla sharpener, and we're gonna put a new clip in, and we're gonna see what the improvement is from when we originally tried it. Okay, ready? Here it is. Let's see how sharp I was able to get it. 97. Okay, without spending too much time, we went from like, what did we go from, like 1200 to, we're way up top where the edge was severely rolled, and we got it down to under 100, which is like a double edge razor. So I'll take that any day of the week, you guys. If you wanted, you could have obviously spent even longer, and you could have got this quite a bit sharper. In case you guys are wondering, 97 is sharper than any utility knife razor that you'll get. So, I mean, this puppy now, it's ultra razor. I mean, it just pops here, no problem. So, thanks for checking out this video, you guys. I hope you got a chance to see how the Wicked Edge can turn an $11 knife into something pretty awesome. So, thanks for checking it out, and have a great day. And oh, by the way, if you like this video and you like some of the stuff, I'm going to be doing a lot more sharpening videos and show you how I'm doing my sharpening, and hopefully people can learn something. And if you like this kind of stuff, definitely subscribe. There's going to be a lot more videos coming out soon. Thanks again. Have a great day.